So Hillary Clinton has come out and officially endorsed Joe Biden. Now, before I get to part of this endorsement, I just got to show one funny moment that likely isn't what it appears to be. But with that said, it definitely looks like Joe Biden fell asleep while Hillary Clinton was talking to him. Let's just watch these 15 seconds.
Held by women in our country has been classified as essential. So this is an issue that affects all of us.
The reality is I don't think Joe Biden actually fell asleep, but God, it sure looks like it. But I think he was just looking down at his notes. He was doing it throughout the stream. But like, the fact that this could even go out there and become viral, which it has been, it really shows you just where Joe Biden is mentally. That it's not out of the ordinary, or it wouldn't be surprising if Joe Biden did in fact fall asleep during the live stream. But I don't think he did. That said, though, there's a lot of... I just don't know what the purpose of this endorsement was. I'm going to play a short clip here from her endorsement, but look, basically, Joe Biden already has the Hillary Clinton voter. The people that voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, I can't imagine many of those people aren't going to vote for him in November. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe this sexual assault allegation against Joe Biden will, in fact, impact him with part of Hillary Clinton's base. I don't know. But for the most part, you got to think these people are going to vote for Democrats no matter what. They want to vote out Trump, so they're going to support Joe Biden. So Hillary's voice here really doesn't bring anything. And ultimately, all it actually does is, I think, potentially hurt him. Because Hillary Clinton is incredibly disliked. Most people do not like Hillary Clinton, regardless of your political label. Most people don't like Hillary Clinton. So I don't understand what her coming out and backing Joe Biden would do, especially in the Rust Belt states and especially in rural areas. So Hillary Clinton got demolished by Bernie Sanders in the 2016 primary, especially in rural areas. Joe Biden was actually able to hold his own this time in those rural areas with or against Bernie Sanders. So her support, and if she becomes an active campaigner for Joe Biden in the campaign, it may actually end up hurting Joe Biden ultimately with those people that he needs in those rural areas in these districts. Now, again, this is all, of course, everything here is pure speculation, but just based on the analysis of who we know supports Hillary and who we know supports Joe Biden, I don't really know what Hillary Clinton's bringing to the table here in terms of her support of him. Let's play just a short clip here from the endorsement.
And I'm really thrilled to have my friend, the former senator and former Secretary of State, and a woman who should be President of the United States right now, Hillary Clinton.
So I want to add my voice to the many who have endorsed you to be our president. Just think of what a difference it would make right now if we had a president who not only listened to the science, put facts over fiction, but brought us together, showed the kind of compassion and caring that we need from our president, and which Joe Biden has been exemplifying throughout his entire life. Think of what it would mean if we had a real president, not just somebody who plays one on TV, but somebody who gets up every morning worried about the people that he's responsible for leading during this crisis. Well, I know what a difference it would make because I've been there. I've seen firsthand what presidents can and should do. And I, like so many Americans, really wish that we had that kind of leadership now. You know, Joe Biden has been preparing for this moment his entire life. I've been privileged to work with him over the last 25 plus years as First Lady, then for 8 years in the Senate, where I watched him build coalitions and work to bring people together to solve problems. Then during the Obama administration, when I was privileged to be Secretary of State. I've been in the Situation Room with Joe as we debated. And, where we didn't say what we thought people wanted to hear, we said what we believed. And we had a president then with President Obama who encouraged that. Think of it, who wanted to hear from each and every one of us. I've been in the, lobby of the Senate. I've been in the cloakroom, and I've watched Joe bring people together. So for me, this is a moment that we need a leader, a president like Joe Biden.
So, again, a lot of this is very similar to the argument that Democrats were making for Hillary Clinton in 2016 that ultimately didn't work. That, he has experience. He's been there before. He's been in the Situation Room. He's been around these important people. So clearly that means that, forget what Joe Biden's actually done. Forget what he's actually supported. Forget the fact that he's been on the wrong side of all of these issues, be it gay rights, be it on war, be it on trade deals, be it on banking deregulation, be it on the crime bill. Forget all of this. Let's just focus on the fact that Joe Biden has been there, and that means he should be president. Now, the real argument, the real argument that the Biden campaign should be making is if their pure focus is just on winning, they need to focus on Trump, because there is no real way to actually sell Joe Biden. He has a horrible track record, horrible platform. There's a sexual assault allegation against him. His mind isn't all there. So their real focus is, if they're not going to go after the voters on the left, which clearly they are not, then their only hope is to get out enough anti-Trump voters. And the only way to do that really is to focus on Donald Trump, unfortunately. Because we know Joe Biden's not going to really offer anything, even if he pretends to. Like, even if he magically comes out now and says, I support Medicare for all. Do you think he would really? Unless he actually brings anybody into his campaign that maybe was a strong Sanders supporter fighting for Medicare for all, unless he makes any real personnel moves like that, nobody's going to actually trust him to fight for any of these real progressive issues. So the only hope that he actually has is to get out enough anti-Trump voters. That should be their 100% focus. Acting like Joe Biden is, again, Hillary Clinton 2.0, I don't know how that's going to work with a lot of people, especially the 40% of the country that doesn't normally vote, a lot of working class voters. People forget or don't realize that a lot of Bernie support this year and in 2016 were a lot of people who don't normally vote. A lot of working class people, a lot of young people. Joe Biden isn't simply going to automatically get their support. Those are people that otherwise would not be engaged in politics if it weren't for Bernie Sanders. So if you actually wanted to win those people over, you would either have to have Bernie Sanders as your vice president, or have somebody prominent from his campaign like Nina Turner as your vice president, or bring in prominent personnel from Bernie's campaign into your campaign fighting for these same issues, or you're not going to get them. So his only hope really is the anti-Trump vote, and I just don't, ultimately, I don't see the point of this Hillary Clinton endorsement. She was obviously going to back him anyways. If this is the end of it and they don't use her for campaigning in any way, okay, fine. But if they bring her into the campaign and really use Hillary Clinton as a way to sell Joe Biden, it's just not going to work.